Hello everyone, this is just going to be a really quick video talking you through your discussion forum assignment as you engage with peers this week and read over some concepts that are really useful to you as you prepare for project number 3, how to review a journal article. So hopefully as you went through this reading, and if you haven't yet, take the time to do so, you saw that there are a lot of different facets that go into reading a journal article effectively because, of course, there is a difference between reading a source and reading the source effectively. You can see here evaluating data and methods and asking yourself questions to consider. Those are just a few of the ways that the article goes over how to read a journal article. So first, what you're going to do, as you can see outlined here in the discussion forum, and depending what semester we're in, the dates might look a little bit different in the, due box, but we're still doing the same assignment. So when you're looking here at the chain of questions that you will be answering, you will see the first thing I've advised you do is watch my other video on the research process for project number 2. If you have not taken the time to look at that yet, please do. Your 3 sources do have to be from library databases. You can't use them from website sources. So you do need to make sure that you are using library databases. There is a point where if you've used 3 scholarly library database articles and you really are struggling to find more sources, sometimes students may branch out or need more sources, right? To prove points, students might use .org, .gov, .edu sites, but that's not where you want to start. You need to start with the minimum of 3 scholarly sources. Beyond that, you can bring in other sources as well. But you want to be thinking about, as you start answering these questions, you're going to be applying the questions from the reading, or that I've adapted rather from the reading, to the articles that you are working with for project number 3. So you can see the first thing you're going to do is you will answer in the article or articles which effects are proven about your topic. So you're actually going to go through the articles at play and show, well, which effects are being proven. So if you've got a source that says, cyberbullying is detrimental on peers' mental health, but it doesn't clarify how and in what way, then oftentimes what you'll find is that if you read more specifically, it will clarify how and in what way in the body of the essay. So it might be depression. So you might mention something like that in that scenario as an answer. So depression is proven as an effect to cyberbullying. The next bullet point asks you about quantitative versus qualitative data. Quantitative data, for those of you who don't know, and even for those of you who do as a refresher, is numerical evidence. So facts, data, statistics, so on and so forth. Whereas qualitative data operates really differently. It's more interviews, engaging with how people feel. A series of people might have been interviewed, or just one person. A big difference between, let's say, quantitative data in an image of data, let's say that it was showing just facts about texting and driving, and there were rates of how many car accidents happened, versus in a qualitative image, right? The first one would be quantitative. A body is thrown out of the vehicle and you can see the detrimental effects of car accidents that are caused from texting and driving. Those would be pretty clear-cut examples of quantitative data versus qualitative. But think about what type of data is being used in the sources that you're analyzing for Project 3, and think about how it's being used to prove a fact, to take it a little bit further. You will want to cite data in text. This is a key and imperative part of the assignment. MLA, though, luckily, being a simplistic format, only requires you to cite the author's last name or names and page number as in-text citations. And I've given you a couple of examples here on Blackboard. So the first one that I listed for you was just if you had one author here, right? You'd say Smith 202, no punctuation in between it. If you had three or more authors, then you would say something like Smith et al. 202. And I just went on to clarify after that 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 et al. Actually means and others in Latin, and it's just still honored in the MLA format. One of the last things that I'm going to say is just that the collaborative portion of this is equally as important as the first part. So make sure that you don't just do the first part. To get the full grade, you'll want to be sure that you also do your 2 responses to peers by the due date. Now, with the 2 responses to peers, you're looking in this area right here. So, with the 2 responses to peers, you are making sure that you are writing 3 sentences, letting the audience know, is it clear that your peer's effects are from their topic? Um, what those are, basically. Is it clear what your peers' effects are from examining the textual support provided? And then I've asked you to explain. So you really want to think about, well, is my peer proving the effects, or it's my peer just saying cyberbullying has detrimental effects, but not doing what I listed before, giving examples of what those may look like, why they may be problematic, so on and so forth. I also asked, you could think about in your peer's response, what is an effect of this topic that you know of? And I may even change that language a little bit, but just we all have common knowledge, probably, even if it's not expert knowledge, on the effects that are being written about. So I wanted to know what is an effect of this topic to you as the audience. And your knowledge might actually help catapult your peer to find things. So, for instance, I gave an example up here. If you let somebody know, well, I know an effect of cigarette smoking is cancer, then that student would then know, okay, I can go into the databases and I can keyword search cancer and cigarettes, or cigarettes and cancer, as I noted right here. So essentially, just make sure that you complete both parts of this. Of course, the first part is you just elaborating in your own 5 to 7 sentences. And the second part is you just responding in about 6 sentences total to a peer. But I'm always available if you've got questions, and I hope you're all doing well.